So within this flow of tapping into the energy, we need to understand that what we're really touching is this awesome life force. In fact, as we're going to see soon, that the energy of creation is what the Ramban Nachmanides brings down and says that it is the first Yesh Mi'ayin. That's what the energy force is. It's the first Yesh Mi'ayin. We read this in Bereshit not too long ago. So when you're doing energy work, how do you know you're doing energy work? Is you sense that you're touching life. You sense that you're touching life on such a deep level that you're able to see yourself adapting a new way of looking at your reality. You sense that there's something I really have in my hands, not because I'm powerful, not because I'm a healer, not because I'm something great, but because Hashem, you brought in this field called energy. And you are allowing us to tap into this field so we can make a profound connection with you, the ultimate healer of life. And that is the absolute reality of life, that at any moment, anybody can tap into this power of HaMechadesh B'tuvo B'chol Yom Tamid Ma'aseh Bereshit. That at every given moment, every single one of us can tap into this energy field, this light field, this energy force, and we can have it envelop us, embrace us, warm us, love us, and we can feel the power of renewal. And I've said this before in other classes. Why is it that Hashem decided to bring about the exit, the ultimate exit out of Mitzrayim? Where did it happen? Where did it happen? On Yam Suf. That's where it happened. It says, Vayitzaku al Hashem. We got out of Mitzrayim. Where did we meet? We met all together, the crossing over Yam Suf to the other side. That was the exit out of Mitzrayim. It happened through a place called Yam Suf. Why the name Yam Suf? What is Yam Suf? Yam Suf is Yam Sof. It's the end. Hashem needs us to always reach our end. Whenever we reach a point in life where we feel, Zehu, I'm done. I can't do this anymore, Hashem. Sof, pasuk, nikuda. Period. Exclamation point. I'm done. I can't do this anymore, Hashem. That's when you know you're ready to cross over to the other side. And you know, you're crossing over through a Yam. Yam in Gematria is 50. The 50 gates of freedom. In order to go into the threshold of the other side and really experience freedom, you have to cross. You have to get to a point where you're ready to enter. You can only be ready to enter only when you've gotten to the end of your limit. That's when you're able to really, really cross over and go into a new place of freedom. So the only way that you and I are going to experience the maximum of this program or any sort of renewal of consciousness, which, by the way, unless we haven't paid attention, Hashem has kind of been debunking all of the programs that we've been living by. Everything's beginning to surface. The people we thought we could trust, we cannot trust anymore. The people we thought we trusted, we can't trust. These people we thought we can't trust, we sometimes actually are seeing now we can trust. Everything is being rearranged. It's called Avodat HaBirurim. There's a lot of filterization going on. In fact, as Chazal tell us that at the end of days, Hashem is going to put everybody in a big, big, big sieve. In a big sieve. You know when you want to shake out the water from the spaghetti? Right? You got to shake, and that's how you see all the water coming out. Well, all of us are in this big shaking sieve right now. Hashem is shaking us back and forth and back and forth. And it's the sieve of Emuna. And whatever we don't need, whatever's not important, is coming out. And whatever needs to stay into that sieve is staying in. And all we need right now is Emuna. We don't need anything else. We need just Emuna. Those two. But in order to tap into that, there's one requirement. And that is what gives you the zchut to be here right now. And that requirement is that you have to be open, curious, and willing to let go. You have to be willing to meet that Yam Suf, that end to the one you knew. As I say every first day of level 1, welcome to a new you. Say goodbye to the old you, and welcome to opening up your eyes to a completely new way of seeing life. And I'm not kidding. So we have to be able to strip away those parts of self that we've been holding on for our dear lives. And that's scary. As we've learned from the pre-records, those visuals that I asked everyone to watch before coming into today's program, change is scary. It's really scary. Those beautiful new shoes you want to wear that cause you blisters the first or second time, there's pain that goes along with changing. There's this unknownness that really, it's scary. We're so used to knowing who we are, even the bad parts, quote unquote. There are no bad parts, but even those defective, not useful, negative parts. But we're used to them. That's who I know myself to be. And now suddenly Orit Esther is saying, time for change. But we have to be able to strip away those parts that are not serving us well in order to discover the new something that wants to arise. And it's waiting. Hashem, show me, what does this really mean? Use it as an opportunity to connect to your higher self. Pray to Hashem. Say, Hashem, Horani Hashem Dalkecha, show me. What's in this imagination, in this image, in this place that just came to me? I want to be your Eved. I am here to heal because I want to do your avoda in this world. I want to be your Bat Shel Melech, or Ben Shel Melech, or your Eved. I want to be your Eved, Ne'eman Shel HaMelech. I want to be your loyal servant. And when you lower yourself down and you withdraw your ego, in the context of Shiviti Hashem Lenegi Tamid, then anything that spontaneously arises from that process, you know that it's Hashem driving that mindset. And He's conveying His ratzon in what you're receiving. He wants you to know that this is what He wants you to heal through, understand. That's the truth. The true essence of the universe is Hashem speaking creation into creation. So the essence of the energy field and the way we want to attach to it is really when we see letters. But it's a very high level. It's not easy to see. Sometimes we see it, parts of the session we can. But to see the whole energy space and energy body in the form of letters is not an easy task. Because it's a very high elevated, that's the power of creation. But just know that the real light comes around the letters, not even in the black of the form of the letters that we know it. So really, if you look around, let's say the letter of the Aleph, how do we know an Aleph? We see the diagonal line, the Vav, the Yud on top, the Yud on the bottom, but the real letter is in the white space around the Aleph. So we see the white space, but it really is, there really are letters hiding in between these pockets, these spaces. And there's a communication going on when we're tapping into this energy field in the form of these letters. So we strip away the garment of physicality called Or with Ayin, and we tap into and usher ourselves back into the reality of Or with the Aleph, where we see light, where we see Aleph, the oneness, and you can see things from a level of clarity. So, or is skin with ayin, right? When we spell skin, the word skin in Hebrew, we spell it ayin vav resh, or. That's how you. That's the meaning of skin, right? With the ayin. But when you talk about light, light is pronounced the same, but it's aleph vav resh. It's with an aleph. And Rabbi Meir brings down that after the sin of Adam HaRishon, he was downgraded from garments of or with ayin. I'm sorry, he was downgraded from or with aleph. His garment was one of light from one end of the universe to the other. And he was downgraded to a physical encasement and garment called a beged shel or, a garment of light with an ayin, which is the skin. And from here we learn that the skin tightly seals the garment of light. We actually are bowls of light. When I ask you to see your energy body, I'm asking you to see yourself, a droplet of yourself. It's not the real you before the chet, but you see a little bit more of your pure essence before the chet of Adam HaRishon. Because inside and also outside of your skin structure, of your physical form, there's light. You've got light inside your body running through your meridian channels, and you've got light outside of your body running outside of your body in your auric field. So really everything is light. It's just that there are mechitzas and barriers along the way that hide it. So that's really what it is. There's other explanations. In fact, I wrote a whole kuntres, a whole article, which I hope to have published in my second edition of one of my first two books. The third one, God willing, is coming out soon. But the first two books were, God willing, going to reprint. By the way, if anybody wants to be part of the book sponsorship to help us get the costs under track for the three books, the new versions of the first two books and the upcoming third book about to go to print, hopefully in the next few weeks, you can make book dedications. You can let me know. But I wrote a whole kuntres to put into the edition of one of the first two books. I don't remember which one it was. I think the second one, Turn Around Your Emotions. And in there, I bring about all kinds of examples of how reality, the relationship of in this reality between ayin and aleph. I've been wanting to write this kuntres for years, and it finally gave me a reason to put into the new edition of the book. And you wouldn't believe the relationship between the ayin and the aleph. I'll just give you one taste of it. Ayin is 70. Ayin is also ayin. But ayin is 70 nations of the world, 70 faces of Torah. If you break it down, the whole 7 days of creation, all the sevens of this world is all the physical essence. And our whole job and role in this world is to go back to the aleph. And that's why they have the same sound, and they can somewhat be interchangeable. The ayin, right? The ayin, the ot hagonit, you have to say it with your throat, right? Almost like this. The Yemenites say it correctly, to the aleph. But really, it's to go back to the aleph. And when you see the various different words and the relationship between the ayin and aleph, it's quite mesmerizing.